Hello and welcome to this video looking at isolating mechanisms and speciation. So we've got two different kinds of isolating mechanisms, which are geographical and reproductive. And these two kinds of isolation create two different kinds of speciation. So we've got geographical and reproductive. Okay. And what I'm going to go through first is just the general speciation and how this occurs and what it is. So for a species to evolve into two different species, it must be split into two isolated populations. So if we've got this species can be split into two, there has to be like a barrier or something. So now any mutations that occur in one population are not transmitted by interbreeding to the other population. So these two populations cannot interbreed, so any mutations remain strictly in that one population. So in each location there will be different selection pressures. So we've got different selection pressures. For example, if we were like rabbits, here there might be black trees, and here there might be white trees, so it'd be better to have black fur here and white fur here, okay? So we've got different selection pressures. And each population will accumulate different allele frequencies because of whether people survive, reproduce, different allele frequencies. Okay. And I was going to mention that a subspecies is when individuals are different but can still interbreed. So at that point, they're subspecies because they can still interbreed. But when there have been sufficient genetic, behavioural and physiological changes in two populations, it's got to be genetic because these are the different kinds of criteria for two different species, behavioural and physiological, so that they can no longer interbreed to produce fertile offspring. They are two species. Okay, so that's what speciation is. Now they are, like I've said, these two different kinds of isolation. So we're going to look at geographical first. So geographical barriers such as a lake, a mountain, there are also barriers to gene flow in population, and gene flow is how genes can flow between individuals. So an example of this would be in the Galapagos Islands. So we've got a barrier, let's say it's a lake here. So if we've got a lake, then